Arvind, what are the big details coming out of this remand copy?
Sonia, we have accessed the remand copy that has been submitted by the Narcotics Control Bureau before the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate in connection with the arrest of Rhea Chakraborty. In fact, the Narcotics Control Bureau in their application has said that they do not need the custody of Rhea Chakraborty. In fact, they have moved an application for the judicial custody of Rhea Chakraborty. Two very important points what the Narcotics Control Bureau is making is making as an argument in their application is that one, their questioning of other individuals including Dipesh Sawant, also Samuel Miranda, also Shovik Chakraborty, shows that all these three individuals had procured drugs for the consumption of Sushant Singh Rajput. And again, based on their questioning and based on the evidence the agency has gathered, and again the confrontation of Rhea Chakraborty with all other three individuals shows that she also has acknowledged the statement that were given by these three individuals that they procured the drugs for the consumption of Sushant Singh Rajput. So the agency is accusing Rhea Chakraborty for aiding, for helping, and also for financing this procurement of the drugs through these three individuals. Sushant Singh Rajput. So that's the main allegation the agency has put forth, and they also said that the investigation is still at a preliminary stage, and that's why they want Rhea Chakraborty to be sent to judicial custody. There is no other allegation against Rhea Chakraborty that has been made on record in this particular application that has been submitted by the NCB before the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate.
So, Arvind, so the point you're making there is that even the remand copy doesn't say she actually consumed drugs. So what are the drugs she's accused of buying for Sushant Singh Rajput? Is it just that marijuana, that ganja, that little amount, or was this more drugs? Are they talking about something else as well?
Sonia, I want to make two clarifications here. One, even this remand application does not say that Rhea Chakraborty directly she was in touch with any of these drug peddlers and then she procured this marijuana. What the agency in their remand application is saying is that Rhea Chakraborty was well aware of the fact that Dipesh Sawant and also Samuel Miranda, both of them were procuring drugs for Sushant Singh Rajput. In some occasions, in some instances, Rhea Chakraborty also instructed these two individuals to procure the drugs for the consumption of Sushant Singh Rajput. And the agency also went on to say that she also gave finance support to some of these transactions when these two individuals made. Again, the agency is not going into the in-depth of how much quantity of marijuana was procured by these three individuals, but the agency says that these three individuals on several occasions they had procured the drugs marijuana for Sushant Singh Rajput, and Rhea Chakraborty was aiding it, was supporting it, and she was also financially aiding it.
Right, so let's just see how this unfolds. Is there any news, Arvind, that more Bollywood stars, or is this going to be other people questioned in this probe?
Sonia, at this point of hour, if the agency calls that they want to unearth the drug citadel in Bollywood, but for that we have to see that the agency, based on the seizure of 59 grams of marijuana, they had arrested two individuals. According to the agency, those two individuals were the kingpin of this entire citadel. But both those individuals are already out on bail. Now the agency has come to the 10th person. They have arrested the 10th person, that is Rhea Chakraborty. But as of this moment, the agency has not issued any summons to anyone, and also all the other four people who are under the custody of NCB will also be produced before the court tomorrow, and their custody is also getting over tomorrow. So what our sources in the NCB are saying is that they will not be seeking further custody of any of these people. So it shows that the agency will be confining their probe to this particular angle, to these particular individuals at this point of hour.
Right. Thanks very much, Arvind, for all those details.